for my report. Okay, here it is. Good evening, and thank you, members of the Board of Trustees, for this opportunity to speak to you about some of the topics that we have been working on over the past several months. The first one is the Sophia Bremer Early Learning Academy update. On July 7th, the union received a notice that SBELA program would not be outsourced as originally announced on May 25th. After significant input from staff, faculty, and our community, as well as further review by the administration, the college has decided to fully support SBELA and its employees and children for another fiscal year, 22-23. The classified staff in SBELA have been extremely dedicated during these trying pandemic times and have been working hard to ensure the program's viability. The long-term anxiety and potential loss of their jobs was an incredibly stressful experience for all of those staff who have endured the last 3 years at SBELA. In the restructure plan provided, the college has proposed initial recruitment and retention bonuses, as well as some position upgrades that will benefit classified staff that are currently in place. This more transparent communication with the stakeholders, including our broader community, was stressful for everyone involved, and it could have begun much earlier, but it was invaluable in the end in making a well-informed decision so the Academy can move forward with planning and enrolling children. We sincerely hope the college continues to communicate openly with the employees and be as transparent as possible to ensure the continued quality and success of the SBELA programs that they have historically provided our community. Moving on to demand to bargains. The facilities reorganization. Olympic College originally sent notice to the union in December of 2020. The union met with OFM and HR on August 5th of 2022. That's a long time. We believe there was a successful resolution to the proposed facilities reorganization plan. There will be follow-up with some historical pieces regarding positions in facilities, but overall, this plan appears to be ready to be implemented. The telework policy. We have had an initial informal discussion and then quickly realized that this would need to go to a formal demand to bargain. Olympic College sent notice to the union on March 25th, and then a revised notification was sent to the union on May 16th. The union filed a formal demand to bargain on May 17th. We met with OFM and HR on August 5th, and a lot of progress was made. However, there are still some issues that need to be clarified, and another meeting will be scheduled soon to clear up the remaining details. The Cedar High MOU, OC originally notified the union on July 7th regarding the renewal of an MOU from the last academic year. The union was never notified of the previous MOU, and we filed a demand to bargain for the current proposed MOU on July 26th. The union has not received the proposed MOU for this year. We are waiting for the college to provide that draft before we are able to continue with this demand to bargain. Recruitment, retention, and attrition. The union is still acutely aware of the ongoing recruitment and retention issues for open classified positions at Olympic College. The continued attrition of employees has lasting impacts on the remaining classified staff. For example, continuous training of new employees takes considerable time and effort for senior employees. This has a direct impact on their ability to successfully continue their own daily work. If you work with classified staff, please be aware of this constant pressure on employees to do what they've always done. Our classified staff are the backbone of this college, and we appreciate your support and understanding when these daily challenges arise. Position reviews. The union is aware of several position reviews that are still in process with Human Resources. There is some concern from members that the timelines and time frames for completion of these reviews are getting longer and longer. With the start of fall quarter around the corner, there's obvious pressure to get these detailed reviews completed prior to the start of our busiest term. Returning to work in-person situations. Many members have reached out to our stewards with concerns about returning to offices and working in person on a more regular basis. These concerns are based on continuing COVID-19 infection rates and exposures, as well as the potential of monkeypox exposure. The union would like to take this opportunity to remind the college and supervisors of the CBA language regarding schedule changes in Article 7.3. Temporary schedule changes lasting 21 days or less require 7 days written notice, and permanent schedule changes require 14 days written notice. Our meetings with Marty. Over the summer term, they were hit and miss. Margaret and I received recently a series of calendar invitations for in-person meetings on Friday afternoons. We have declined that series of meetings, as historically Fridays have been a day reserved for trainings and to catch up on outstanding work, reporting, and staff meetings with our departments. We have asked for a joint meeting with Deb, Josh, and Marty to discuss outcomes for the next year for these meetings. We look forward to a new academic year and hope we can help our students achieve their dreams at OC. Thank you.
All right, any questions, trustees? Thank you. Okay, next is the Association of Higher Education Board report.
Trustee Hickman, we have Craig Goodman.
There I am. Sorry I could not be there tonight. I had a little scheduling conflict all the way down in Shelton. So I hope you guys are enjoying Shelton. Okay, let me jump in. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight. My apologies for not being there. On behalf of AHE, I want to thank all the faculty and employees who are attending in person and in Zoom. Yesterday, I was able to attend, myself and Larry, a good portion of the board's retreat and wanted to provide some perspectives on some of the board reports that I heard. So let me begin, though, with a response to the president's report on enrollment presented to you tonight. Our jobs are literally on the line, and we have been actively engaging with the administration on this. Like Trustee Bryant noted in the retreat yesterday, we're concerned that while the administration scheduled significantly increased number of in-person classes, we're not seeing robust enrollment in these courses. So faculty have been working with students in online settings for years now, and we understand that we can serve many of them online, and that many of them are now relying on online education. Folks have jobs, they have kids with limited childcare options. They need flexibility. And so while we understand the desire to return in person, and many of us want to return to in person, we really must temper this with the actual demand. The faculty union has worked with administration these past years to provide training and support for faculty to better our online teaching, and we feel many faculty can deliver quality education online to our students. I just want to throw that out to you. Faculty are also very concerned with ongoing COVID. So the faculty union has provided timely and thoughtful feedback on changing the vaccination protocol to an attestation model to hopefully improve enrollment. We were just notified of this a couple weeks ago. This, of course, concerns us, though, as we are directly working with the public in our classrooms. This fall, in our classrooms, we will be working in close proximity with students who have claimed vaccination, but now we have limited verification. Add to this that the state has not offered any additional guidance, and we likely will have many students in our classes that, while potentially vaccinated, have not been boosted, which is not a requirement for enrollment. Frankly, we, as in all employees at OC, feel we are simply being left to fend for ourselves. In the report given by Adam Mortis on the COVID situation yesterday, you heard how frustrated the college is with the lack of any updates or guidance from the governor's office. Imagine how frustrated faculty and staff are as we enter into classrooms of 30+ students. It has been over a year since the last clear state guidance for higher education. A year. Adam did a great job expressing his and the administration's frustration, but as I thought about it, I wondered what was being done. Who is banging on the governor's door to get information? And then I wondered what our college president and the other college presidents are doing. What is SBCTC doing? I mean, actually doing. And then I wondered what our board of trustees, who the governor appointed, was doing. As a local president, I am banging on the state union's door for answers, but it is out of my scope to bang on the governor's door, even though he just kind of lives down the street. So I just wondered, what are you doing to address this? A lack of guidance from the governor's office is a significant hindrance to the operations and mission fulfillment of this college. We need guidance, and we needed it yesterday. And speaking of guidance, I did want to finalize and address what occurred at the June meeting with the Faculty Senate providing collective feedback to President Cavalluzzi. Faculty have been asking for years for an ability to provide feedback in a manner that is professional and helpful not only on the performance of our direct supervisors, but also upper administration. We have deans that have been supervising faculty for years with no formal feedback from those they supervise. In my knowledge, the president's own evaluation last year had no opportunity for faculty input. Our deans and the other leadership of this college have direct impact on instruction. Faculty Senate's charter centers around issues that impact instruction. Leadership is an issue that impacts instruction, and leadership at the very top is paramount to our instructional success. And so I was pretty disappointed in the board's response. The faculty union felt it was best for Faculty Senate to take the lead in providing feedback in hopes that feedback would be taken into consideration and perhaps some issues addressed. You see, the faculty union isn't in the business of providing guidance to the president. Instead, we measure faculty confidence in college leadership and evaluate whether you, the board, and your representatives are bargaining in good faith. If the union is going to collectively provide you feedback, it is going to come along with a vote of confidence or the lack thereof. We did not want to take that route, but it seems we might need to explore this. If that is what you wanted, that is likely what you have put in motion with your open dismissal of the feedback provided by Faculty Senate. We had truly hoped Faculty Senate would be a better avenue to communicate and dialogue. The Faculty Senate did not evaluate the president as a personnel matter. They provided input because faculty felt the president could provide improved leadership, as that leadership has a direct impact on instruction. Had there been other avenues offered for faculty to provide input prior to the action of Faculty Senate, I'm confident those would have been utilized, but faculty's repeated requests were never acted on. So here we are. I don't say all this to be confrontational, and honestly, I had hoped for a better starting point with the board this year. But your actions have led us here. I do truly hope that this year the board makes the effort to get to know the employees of OC beyond 3 minutes of our time once a month. I hope you will see for yourselves the work we do. We have an open invitation to visit our classrooms and would be happy to facilitate listening sessions with faculty. I know the state tells you to keep us at arm's length, but is that really the board member you want to be? Disconnected from the people who you are directly impacted by decisions you make. Please get to know us this year. Get to know the people on the ground working with our students each and every day. We're actually pretty nice folks, except for maybe me. Thank you. I'm actually pretty nice too, really.
Thanks, Greg. We'll get back to you on that last point. Okay, any questions? Great. Moving on, Faculty Senate. Briggs.
Good evening. I would like to take this opportunity at the beginning of my comments to respond to the board's comments at the June meeting. The board stated that the Faculty Senate had violated its charter by addressing a personnel matter when we conducted a survey. The personnel matters addressed in Section 5 of our charter refer to faculty personnel matters, and specifically things that are the purview of a chief. There are several reasons why we chose to address the president through Faculty Senate. The first one was that we were asked to by members of Faculty Senate. Secondly, Faculty Senate represents all faculty, not just the members of the union, not just membership like the union does. And then third, by addressing this through the Faculty Senate, we hoped to avoid a much more formal process that would happen through the faculty union. It was our goal to address the situation without formalizing things at this time. We wanted to give the president an opportunity to address the situation and to improve the relationship. Now, at this time, there has still not been any communication about administrator evaluations. In the June meeting, we were told that you heard us, and I hope that that's true. While I understand that faculty have been off contract, both the union president and myself have been available. Starting out the 2020, and I realize I'm also early in the meeting, so it's possible that things will be addressed later on. But starting out the 2022-2023, which by the way, saying those years just, I don't know how we're here already. Academic year without a clear plan is disappointing to say the least. And I just want to clarify again, what we are looking for is evaluations that allow all faculty, and I don't want to speak for other employees, but I do think I can say other employees, to provide anonymous feedback for administrators, specifically the president and their direct reports. You should know that the phrase a 360 evaluation does not bring up good feelings for most people. What we are looking for is a regular schedule for evaluations that continue based on the person, not the position. We've often been told, well, that position was evaluated several years ago. No, it's got to follow the person. And then a clear plan for administrators to respond to the evaluations with follow-up and improvement plans if necessary. So I hope that there's a plan for this to happen throughout this next year. Now, as I look back over the last 2 years, I have to laugh a little bit. I thought that 2020 was the worst thing that had happened in my teaching career. That sitting in my living room teaching that way was extremely difficult. And I don't want to say that it wasn't, it was. But 2021 was worse, trying to manage that many modes of instruction and things like that. And as things started to loosen up, 2022 was even more difficult. Ever-changing schedules, last-minute requests, all of that stuff was, to be quite frank, overwhelming. And I am sure that 2023 will be even more challenging, and that there will be new, unexpected difficulties. If one more person says the word monkeypox to me, I just don't think that I can handle it. So while this year will be challenging, the faculty look forward to the start of the 2022-2023 academic year and to returning to the classroom, whatever form that looks like. The Faculty Senate has several goals for this year that we will be reporting on throughout our time with you. The first one is to provide feedback on the bookstore contract and how it impacts students and faculty. The second one is to fill all open committee positions and to develop a process for submitting open positions and filling them. And the third is to review and improve the spring awards and the faculty emeritus nomination process. So those are some things. I'm sure there will be more added to that list as whatever new pandemic starts happens, but those are the things we're looking for now. I also just want to let you know that fall sports have started up. And I never get this right, whether it's cross country or track and field, it's in the fall, but they're running outside, cross country, thank you. They're running outside. And then the first in-person event that you can attend is volleyball starting Thursday, September 8th at 7 p.m. This is Coach Carissa Love's second season. The match, game, whatever, will be in the Bremer Student Center, and we would love it if you could join. Obviously, I don't know very much about volleyball, but you can sit by me and I will tell you what I know, which is very little. Thank you.
Any comments? Elizabeth, can I add a fourth goal?
Yeah.
I would like to have next month start hearing ideas from the Faculty Senate on how we can get the 1,000 students we need back to achieve an economic balance of the knowledge of financial stability.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, on to President's report, Board of Trustees.
Stands as submitted.